Hello and welcome to another edition of Ben Brown in the Peace Corps. Today we'll be looking into the events of community-based training. We begin our journey in the prosperous town of Bani. Here you see Parque Duarte, which is traversed by travelers headed from the capital to southern regions of the country. Just across the street, we find the Iglesia de Nuestra Señora de Regla, which hosts the patron saint festival each November 21st. But we spend most of our time here, just a few minutes through the mountains in the town of Rio Arriba, so named for the great river that runs through it. On any given day, you're likely to find us here in this church. This is where we learn. Sometimes from each other, sometimes from our older peers, and occasionally from our Peace Corps volunteer leader, Laura Costello. To break up the monotony of lectures, sometimes we do these skits and activities called dinamicas that get the blood going. And let's not forget Spanish class, of course. And more Spanish class. Did I mention the Spanish class? That wasn't all so bad. Sometimes we got to eat mango and watch movies in Spanish. We spent a lot of time getting to know our host families. Some even hosted English classes for the children. But by far, most of our time was spent preparing for charlas or lectures that we would give to one of two groups. The first of which was a youth group where we taught the importance of values and sexual education to prevent early pregnancy and lower the rate of HIV infection. They would then go on to teach their own peers as program leaders. We also trained women to be health promoters in their own communities, focused on decreasing childhood morbidity. And they too did dinamicas. There was also environmental health training. Here we learned how to build improved cook stoves to place into people's homes. And how to make a community garden, with the help of a friend or two. But all work and no play would make us dull volunteers. Here's what we did on the national holiday, Dia de las Mercedes.
Hola, mi nombre es Mario y hoy es el Día de las Mercedes y este día se coge para disfrutar en familia, ir para ríos, para la piscina, gozar mucho, ir para fiestas y todo eso, y estar en su casa compartiendo con todos sus amigos, y todo eso se puede hacer en el Día de las Mercedes, ya ustedes saben.
La piscina means the pool in Spanish, but to the Dominicans, it just means a place to dance.
Yo sí voy a gozar, si tú me das la cosa y yo sí voy a gozar, porque está bien caliente y la voy a saborear.
But back to business. We were also shown the Dominican health system and how it works, or doesn't sometimes. From local clinics to the larger hospitals of the city, a lot of changes have taken place over the last decade to try and improve access and care in the country. At the local Ministry of Health, we learn some of the epidemiology behind Dominican diseases and hear from some other humanitarian organizations who are trying to do their part. But here's the part you've really been waiting for. Welcome to the beaches of Las Salinas, famous for the wind-sculpted sand dunes and home of the Dominican Navy's main base. And here we see Playa Los Almendros, which is even closer, just 3 miles south of town, where locals come to cool off and eat fresh fish. Let's see how the catch of the day is. Looks like it's pretty good. With a full belly, a little stroll down the beach to see the sunset wraps up the evening. Back at home base, the arrival of our site placements means that CBT is almost over. Arriving back in the capital, we rejoin the youth volunteers who we haven't seen in a month. It's a happy and sad occasion, as hello and goodbye are imparted in the same hug. But before launching to our sites, I was able to ask a few volunteers what their thoughts were about CBT.
A lot of fun. My house mother, Millie, was fantastic. She was more like a friend. We had fun, we cooked, we went on excursions. I had Adrian and Bruno and Megan, and we had movie night, and we had Bruno's fest next door. That were always fun. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about their culture, what they did. I learned how to go to the Clasicon once or twice, but most importantly, we went to beautiful waterfalls, the river, and we had a great time.
So, CBT was a fantastic experience for me. I learned so much about this amazing culture and myself. One of my favorite things, actually 2 of my favorite things, one was deshelling guandules, which are pigeon peas, with my host mother. We picked them from her bushes, we deshelled them, we cooked them, and we ate them, and it was just a beautiful experience seeing exactly where my food came from. And then also having an experience to go to a funeral service, not even really a funeral, but just a time period where everybody in the community came together for this one woman and their family who had died. And in this culture, everybody comes together in such a beautiful way and just lays hands and doesn't even say anything to the family, but just lays hands on them and for them to know that they're there for them. And they all just come and sit together and be together just for quite a few days and just sit and just know that they're all together with them through that experience and through that struggle and time of sadness. And it's just beautiful. We don't have that sometimes in American culture, and it really made me happy. That's about it.
Well, thanks for watching. I'll be sure to keep you updated once I get to my site. Until then, take care and remember, life is a gift, and it offers us the privilege, opportunity, and responsibility to give something back by becoming more.